Hey guys, Tim, your No Purpose Nothing here. I apologize. I know it's been a few days since I've posted a video. Kind of let you know what things are going. I've been working my tail off, performing some good old young man labor as an old man. Tearing that entire roof off. I think I showed you pictures of that in my last one. I got a smoke break here, and I thought maybe I'd share something with you all real quick. Some things I've been learning myself about the whole nature of everything around us. One of the things that I want to talk about is kind of like the immute or the innate ability to sabotage some of the good that you're doing, or some of the traps that they place. There's some honeypots that I've experienced. Um, the bottom line is it takes a lot of practice, but you can start to kind of see the patterns that they'll form. One person will be like that. They're going to give you a ride, or you're stuck and you need a ride, or you need some help doing something, and all the delays come and they make excuses. And uh, basically, what it is they sell the hope. Right? When they're selling hope, when somebody is, you're naturally going to be paranoid. I mean, I've been dealing with a lot of TIs here. And one of the things about paranoia and suspicion is that there are certain things that other TIs do that may be a trigger for the other ones. Uh, things get misperceived. Words can come out of your mouth where you've said one thing and have done nothing but good, good, fairly natured intentions, and it can be misconstrued. And you have to watch for that when you're dealing with other TIs. It almost feels, since I've been doing it, it almost feels as if there's some programmed triggers in order to prevent us from overcoming them, and it builds resistance in between us. But if you're patient and you can kind of see it and try to bring it forth in a very constructive manner, it works. But I can promise you that. We're all we're all targets. Okay, so it means basically that we've all had different types of things educate us and entrain our minds to looking at certain things in a different fashion that may be considered to be normal to society, and or normal to another TI. In other words, there may be an activity or something that you may be trying to promote with nothing more than great intentions, and they could be misconceived or misconstrued into something else, mainly because maybe someone else has already been telling them that, or giving them some evil, sensitive mind thoughts over that level of opinions from others. And so it builds. It's kind of set within us all. I mean, you can see it on. You can look at the trolls, how they play their games. One of my bad habits, I've got to have a cigarette for a moment. A lot of the things that the trolls do, and a lot of the information that gets posted out there, a lot of those things are almost, I can't say for sure. I mean, you can look at it. You have to make your own decisions, and the perception of the things that I say are the same thing. When I'm engaging with anybody, I try to make it clear that, look, I've been doing this for so long. I've got no reason, no interest, absolutely no line of profit or positioning or manipulation factors involved. When I'm saying something to somebody, I have nothing but good intentions. I truly am trying to help. When I do some certain things, that also isn't good intentions. And sometimes it may be trained in you or another person that I'm talking to, that what I'm saying is actually offensive or in some way negative. Things get twisted like that. I've run into that so many times, it's unreal, that I'll sit there and I'll say or do one thing. The person will get offended, and I will look at them, and no longer will I get irritated or an attitude about anything like that. I mean, what you do really is, when you realize that, you start practicing and understanding and looking at the way they misunderstood something. the toughest part at that moment is usually to calm somebody down. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, stop for a second. Let's. I just want to be sure you understand what I said and why I said it, because I think something must have got lost. Maybe I'm not speaking correctly. All right. You got to slow them down. You got to point out what they missed. The biggest problem also is that you're engaging someone that is being manipulated. They won't admit to it because maybe they don't recognize it yet, or maybe they don't understand it. That's probably the toughest part of this game, is recognizing and understanding the negative thoughts that are pushed into your mind, the depression, the things that want to make you make bad decisions. That's part of the trapping, okay? And when I first started getting into my faith and really understanding God, as much as I'm never going to understand Him, but doing the best I can, and that is that I remember going through the very first processes of faith, and I really asked, okay, so here I am, I'm doing everything I can. Where is this protection that I ask for every day and sometimes hourly? Where is it? Well, of course, faith doesn't work in this world. God's not from this world. I mean, He just made it. He sent Jesus down to check it out and show us all how to make it up back. And what I've learned is that, see, the biggest problem with our enemies is that they're going to manipulate you and force you to a whole bag full of terrible decisions. And you really look at yourself and you're trying to just make the best, worst decision possible. Done that so many times. But when you have faith, what happens is you get that inspiration, or that moment of patience that you need to kind of evaluate things. And even sometimes what that requires is waiting for things to develop a little bit further before you make that choice. And free will is the choice. It's like the magic weapon. Pretty much everything that has happened to you, just like pretty much everything that has happened to me, with the exception of the gigantic headaches they give me and the ear ringing that makes me not even be able to hear the TV if I were to turn it on. My ears ring so terribly here, it's unreal. But once again, it's not going to complain about that because it is what it is. I don't have a choice about that matter, but I do have a choice of learning how to block that with my mind. Doesn't always work, but I got faith that it'll continue on. And that's the thing, is you have to look at your choices, because those are all traps. And the biggest trap is when they get you stuck in some spot where you're dependent on them. They're going to act like they're your friend that's helping you. But what happens is they step on things little by little behind the doors, or they'll delay you. They'll make a promise. Anytime you're getting ready to come up, or you're getting ready to make that move where you're going to have that little lick of money that says okay, or one step closer to independence instead of dependence, you will get trapped. And I've been stuck in honeypots where I call them honeypots because they'll offer a good situation. Like the last one I was in, right next door to the trailer that I was going to be allowed to stay in with another older man, was another trailer that needed to be torn down. Well, they knew I didn't have any work, and they knew that I couldn't have any money, but I could go tear that trailer down for free and free up the entire property so he could turn around and redevelop it. Nobody thought that I would be able to do it. No one would ever even help me. No one would lend me any tools. No one would give me a truck to take any of the stuff out of there. I mean, but I broke this whole thing down, the entire trailer. I flattened that thing out and got rid of all the scraps and the things by myself without any of them. I never used a power tool. Tore it down faster than they ever saw it be torn, any trailer be torn down before. Had them come taking pictures of it all the time. That's not me bragging, but what that is me telling you that in these honeypot situations, you have to take advantage of your situation, move faster than they ever expect, perform on a level that is only understood that you are doing everything for yourself. Get the money that you need or whatever you can, and every little delay they throw at you, which will be a bunch of them, like no truck or no tools, okay? Overcome it. Think about it. And then get out of there before they slap the door down. Because that's what they're doing, is they're trying to sucker you. Now, generally, opportunities to make money and opportunities to protect your things. Let's see, right now, probably I'm willing to bet just about all of you have talked about how things have been stolen or moved or put in different spots. Makes you want to protect your things. Makes you want to stand up for your things. Makes you want to stand up for yourself and you want to protect things. But I'm going to tell you right now, without any question, the largest anchor you've got wrapped around your neck are your things. They know you won't leave your things. They want to find you. All they got to do is track your things. There's several times I've had to leave everything. I've had everything burn in a fire. They burnt my apartment to the ground. When I finally got an apartment after being homeless for 2 years, I got an apartment, and then 2 days later, they burnt everything I put in there down on the ground. Nothing again. I've been through that quite a bit. And what I've discovered is that it's always the amount of things. And usually what will happen while you're sitting in your honeypot, they'll give you things, more things that you have to find value in. So that you, if it comes time to leave, you can't just take a backpack and a fanny pack. You got all these things. It slows you down. I'm telling you right now, it's your things part of the trap. It happens that way. There's a lot more going on, guys. I'm doing my best here to try to formulate the free will society. Working with other TIs is a real challenge because I'm a very brutally honest man who doesn't really put any credit into any type of bullshit. And but I'm not judgmental of other people. I always say, I've learned a long time ago, if you got a person that's filling you with bullshit, they're filling you on purpose and you're making a choice to take it. I mean, you can stand up and be yourself and be assertive without ever being disrespectful. They hate that. It's always tough for them, especially when they call the cops or, I go to the cops immediately. I'll tell them I've got my ID. I have no drugs or weapons on me. I don't have any criminal record for you to want to take a look at. I've got no wants or warrants. This is my name. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm happy to work with you, answer any questions you need. And you can tell, either they're going to burn you up, the cops are trying to burn you up, well, they're going to have to be very maneuvering if you're nice like that, if you're respectful. It's very hard for them to do that, especially if you make sure you're sitting on their dash camera. But anyway, guys, look, I know it's a long way to go here. I apologize again for the long video. It's just I haven't posted one in a while, and I'm just trying to touch base with everybody. I want to thank all of you who contact me, and I hope that I can be of service to anybody that has a question and it needs to be answered. The only thing I've got is experience and a lot of know-how, but never going to get paid for it. I don't need to get paid. I really don't care too much about any of that stuff anymore. My whole mission right now is to try to pass as much information as I possibly can and share as much as I can on a real level so that people understand that it's you're all, every one of you on a singular level are more powerful personally than any of them. I'm going to always remind everyone, look at how many of them it takes to get you. Look at the money they have to spend. Look at all the effort and manipulation and bad things they have to do to try to destroy the good inside of you. That's how powerful you are. Tough to understand. It's tough to get that back in your ego. They've been destroying it for so long. But just remember, it's your power that has brought all of that trouble. You have to regain it through faith. You can find your faith wherever you feel like it's going to bring you the strength. I got my certain way. I follow God. I read the Bible. It's coded in such a fashion that if I keep those words in my mind, it protects my mind from other bad words and thoughts. All right? Love you guys. Hope any of this helps. Email me if you have any questions. God bless you and love. God bless America. I still love my country. Just fear the government and all the way they're letting them do to us. Take care, guys.